and go to
Well, here's the thing: is your metaverse isn't just so you have virtual reality,
right?
But we're also going to have alternate reality. So we're going to have glasses that are going to allow you, or contacts that are going to allow you to be in an alternate reality. So you may have like an open field in real life, but you may have a digital store in your alternate reality glasses where you can make purchases in real life. Like you walk to that place and make the purchase.
I cannot be the first person to say this. It seems like it's the Matrix.
Well, it's yes.
I mean,
the concept that there's multiple worlds. Yes,
you're plugged
realities.
into something from your physical being is sitting somewhere, but you're interacting in this world. Yeah, I mean, I can understand why people think it's cool and all that, but I think there's got to be something strange about it too, though, because there's some form of isolation that's coming with that, right?
We've already we're the fattest nation in America.
Oh, for sure.
You know, we've already isolated. We don't take steps. What are you talking about? Americans exercising? In the retrospect of what America is looked at on the world, we're fat, lazy, entitled bums.
Well, that's
but
also
you as
why
an individual, it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't. No, absolutely not. But I'm just saying, on the macro sense, we have been less mobile as a society, America.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why COVID ravaged us and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So we've always been, I mean, even when I was a kid, you get, watch TV and, you sit at home the whole day and watch TV, or you play video games. You play sports, obviously, but you spend your free time in that, realm because your friends do it and you want to be able to have conversation with your friends, or at least go to your friend's house and not look like an idiot when you get onto the systems,
But isn't it better to answer to that is for us to go back in time a little bit and go outside more and go shoot hoops and play two-hand touch or tackle football out in the field and play tag and hide and go seek and shit like that? Like, we're going the other way. Yeah.
Drink out the tap water.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you. So what I think is going to happen is that there's actually going to be a choice, as opposed to before when you had kids that didn't fit in, they didn't know where to go. Now they have places to go. So you're going to still have people that want to be outdoors, want to be active. You're going to have parents that are going to force their kids into being active. But they have a choice. If you're making thousands of dollars at 13 years old on the metaverse, why am I going to teach you how to play sports when I could, get you better learning into this and you become a billionaire when you're 18 years old? That's what we're talking about. Like, does sports matter if you're making $1 billion? It is what it is. Some people say yes, some people say no.
Well, does sports matter, or does college matter?
Well, I mean, traumatic brain injury, all broken bones,
paralysis,
torn ACLs, tennis elbow. Like, there's so many different things that you can have negative that can come up as an excuse not to do something.
Yeah.
There's always an excuse. But some people don't want to do it, and they have that choice.
Nice.
It's, they have the choice. And then you can also have people like back in the day that it was required to have physical fitness and meet certain physical fitness standards in America. If you didn't pass this standard, you didn't pass, you couldn't graduate or something like that. Like, that was the fitness standard. And you had like gym classes of all American kids doing pull-ups and monkey bars and, push-ups and sit-ups. And like, that was required.
Yeah.
Imagine if they did that now. Require you to be physically fit. Like, that wouldn't happen because the choice is now not to be. And now they have that choice. Because school is going to be obsolete if they don't upgrade the facilities. If they don't enhance the materials and the means, books are a thing of the past. I mean, if you still have kids on books, you're teaching them things that aren't going to be applicable for now.
Well, what exactly is replacing books?
Metaverse. Virtual reality.
But how's that replace? So when I say books, like absorption of information, like how is Metaverse providing information to people?
Because I think books are linear. The Metaverse is 4-dimensional. You can have just because it's in a book, that's your only source of information is that book. Metaverse, it's unlimited sources of information right there. So you're not just getting told one thing and getting conditioned to think that this is what history is.
Yeah.
You now get to see what history really was. You could walk in the pyramids. You can see the fossils. You can go and understand what geology and biology and microbiology and chemistry. You can learn these things outside of just, okay, well, NaOH and, okay, all these, these terms.
But it's still a virtual world that's like zeros and ones that's being created. And so, I mean, isn't that...
It's an imagination that gets created.
But it's also a massive risk of being, like it's not like history's being created by somebody in that context, which I guess you could argue the books are being written. But the thing about books is books have been written, for thousands of years, and you can go back and read from different times. But when it's all being put into zeros and ones, and I know I'm just sounding like the grumpy old man here.
No,
that's
a big opinion.
But that's a big deal, though, is that it could be. It's the whole world's going to be created in that sense, and it's probably at risk of a lot of misinformation or agenda-driven creation.
Now, with that, yes. So, I just want to have a little bit about history is only written by those who survive it.
Yeah.
So, but also, yes, there are going to have those polarizing opinions in the metaverse, but that's why it's so spectacular, is because you're going to have multiple avenues, multiple metaverses. You don't have to just go from that one. You can go to this one. You can go to that one. You don't just have to play Call of Duty. You can play FIFA. You can play, Madden. You can play, WWE. You have the choice to get your information from multiple sources. So if you don't like the way that this one's being told to you, all right, just go to this one. It's not like, oh, this is your only book. Come back and return at the end of the year.
We're talking about the division.
Yeah.
It seems like that's dividing us even more, right?
It is. It's the old and the new.
Well, it's not only that. It's like you said that you could go, oh, you don't like this metaverse, so let me go into the other metaverse. So now those two people are, they're divided in some way, because if the one provides this kind of information, but then this one provides that kind of information on, say, the pyramids.
Yep. And that's how you breed. That's how we become conditioned. And then we're going to be completely conditioned into whatever faction we identify with. So we're going to be like, okay, I'm only in the greens.
So, Zach, how's that better?
Well,
how's that better?
Well, here's the thing. We do that anyway. We do it anyway. When we're in high school,
but
you
that
have
seems
every little group. And if you're not in that group, you're not cool. You're not allowed in that group.
It's just a higher technology of conditioning.
Yes, that's all it is. And
we've been conditioned and quote unquote groomed.
Yes.
That word's getting thrown around too much, but groomed to fucking think a certain way and feel a certain way and whatever.
It's because it's monkey see, monkey do.
I mean, it goes back to the food pyramid I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was like eat fucking 12 boxes of bread a day.
Yeah,
or whatever.
And it's gonna get even crazier once we have like Neuralink happens, and that's when they're going to have chips that you're going to attach it to the brain.
All that. I just want to be dead by then.
Well, it's actually happening in like 2 years.
Okay, cool. Well,
so
are you serious? Where are you finding this stuff?
It's everywhere.
It's not going to be forced.
It's everywhere. Well, no. It's going to be
putting a brain in our or a chip in our brain.
No. It's not. What's going to happen is it's going to get tested on paraplegic patients, people that have nerves that have been cut off in the brainstem. The goal is to redirect the neurotransmitters and the pathways so that they can start functioning and using their hands and feet again. So initially, that's what the purpose is. But eventually...
Well, wait, do you mean physically using their hands and feet again, or virtually using their
physically.
hands? So that's interesting. I mean, one thing you may not know about me is my brother was in a coma for 19 years, traumatic brain injury from a car accident. So that's interesting to think about. We always wondered. He passed away last year. But we always wondered, what is he thinking? Because no facial, there was no ability to communicate with him. So,
and that's what Neuralink would do. Neuralink,
I think that's cool.
Would go in the brain, and then what you would be able to do is communicate without words, because words are limiting. If you don't have the right words to describe what you're thinking, then the person that is hearing it isn't going to think what you're thinking. So you would be able to send exactly what you're thinking over to the other person wirelessly. and they would be able to understand what you're talking about without even having to say a word.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you would, if your brother was alive, he would have the opportunity to actually share his thoughts with you. And you can have full conversations. He'd be able to control. They had, when they were doing the beta testing, they had a chimpanzee playing Pong with its mind. And
sounds like a slippery slope to cyborgs.
it is. Well, the goal. This is what's eventually going to happen. Eventually, it's going to be like cell phones. So you're going to think, oh, I'm never going to have a cell phone. That's radiation. I'm only going to keep my beeper, right? And then, lo and behold, it's not cool if you grow up without a cell phone. So there's going to be a whole generation that's going to grow up, and it's not going to be cool if you don't have the chip. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that generation is going to just exponentially grow.
I think shit will get crazy before that goes down.